that political power should be independent from financial power. Today, unfortunately, in most of the countries in the world, and especially in the old Western capitalist countries, the power is not with the people. The power is with those who have the money to put their people, their candidates there, who buy the votes through advertisement and huge campaigns. If you think that this is democracy, it is not. In Greece, the free men, 5% in each city, used their vote. That was called democracy. I don't know if I like that system. Maybe I don't like it. Today the democracy is that you go to an election campaign, you put money to advertisement, and then you be elected. System of Axiodemia, we can at least come more close to the truth. I don't know if the best way is to let the experts rule the world. I don't know if it is the best way, because we should have some kind of participation by the people also. But today we have very little participation of the people in the political procedure. As I told you, you buy the position. What if you are poor? Who are representing the poor in the system? No one. So in a way, this kind of more expert rule that we talk about in Axiodemia is perhaps helping more the real problems and the poor, because it is not based on commercial show business. I would say that we certainly have had in the world many better systems than the current Western democracy. In thousands of years, we had many, many better systems. And the current democracy, I don't agree at all with Churchill. He was working for the Western Anglo-American capital. What has this Western democracy produced the last 100 years? World War I, World War II. So if the democracy produced major world wars and wars like we had in Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, now in Ukraine, or like we had earlier in Korea, in Vietnam, Angola, Namibia, the list is very long. If the Western democracy produces only war, where rich is in war against the poor, I must say that Churchill was lying. We know better systems, but why did he not want it? He didn't want it because he worked for the Anglo-American bankers. And this is very important to understand. So, a polycentric world, or a world with many poles, is something I definitely support. Axiodemia talks about 3 poles, the American, European, and the Russian. We can discuss what this is. I think that these poles we will see what they will be. We have now one pole, which is the American European, Anglo-American European. We have another pole, very strong economic, which is the China. And then we have Russia, which is not so strong economically, but Russia is in Eurasia and has a lot of resources. So we will, yes, have a world with many poles. And I think this is important because when you have many poles, you have competition of ideas, and the system cannot collapse as easy when you have many different players. If you have just one system, the system will collapse easily. We have a big population, 7 billion people. We have poverty, and we don't know how to go forward. United Nations have tried to formulate this in the so-called Millennium Development Goals, how to solve questions with big population, with poverty, with education, with sustainable development. There are 8 goals like this. So this has been discussed in the world, but we see in the same time that we have different constant economic crises. We have wars. I'm very happy to be invited to Axiodemia because here we try to discuss how to rule the world with experts, or how is democracy good or not, should we have an expert power, what kind of land reforms we should have, what kind of population control or not we should have. I think that this discussion is not only a philosophical discussion, it is also about our future. I would like to say that we have to think of the economic system, we have to think of the natural resources, and when we think of the state or controlling system, we will have a problem, because you can draw on paper different kind of systems. You can draw like a communistic or socialistic system, or like a liberal economy where few capitalists are actually owner of everything. You can draw many systems, but each system usually forgets the humanity, and this is the problem. So in this discussion, the element of humanity is very important, because if you look at the numbers of people in the world, the resources, financial institutions, production, everything is numbers. But I'm sorry, I'm not a number, I'm a human being. The humanity is not only about numbers, it is about partly it is about living conditions, material living conditions, but it is also about other things which you cannot measure with material things. It is about joy, about freedom, about many, many things. I would like to say that I hope that the Axiodemia can discuss these things, because without a humanity you cannot do anything, because we are humans. We have to have a human solutions for human problems. The old Greeks were talking about the 4 elements, material elements in the world: earth, water, fire, and air, the philosophers. And Aristotle added the 5th element, which is ether, which is not material. It is something that exists, as he said, very high up in the skies. Some other would say it's the God, or it's the good thing, good meaning good orderly direction. But it is clear that when we discuss about the future and philosophy, there are these material things, but there are also these non-material things, the ideas, and that is the humanity. Without this combination, we cannot get any good solutions. I hope that Axiodemia can contribute and find solutions for the very difficult problems we are facing in this world already today. If we are not thinking about them, if we are not finding solutions, either the humanity, we human beings, will be destroyed, or then we can destroy the whole world, either with ecological catastrophes, population catastrophes, or nuclear war.